This sneaker created a lot of talk in the community last year, and finally I grabbed a pair way under retail, but still I think I paid too much. Hey guys, welcome back to Kicks Reasons channel, and today we're looking at the Nike Air Max DN or Air Max Dynamic Air. So this was one of the latest creations by Nike when it comes to the technology of air and designs last year, but unfortunately not like in the 80s and the 90s. The Air Max is no longer on top of the food chain when it comes to the performance running, and this is more of a lifestyle shoe. And for a lifestyle shoe, 160 retail price, I think it's a little bit too much. So I grabbed them around $100 a couple weeks back from Nike, and I still think I paid too much. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, yeah, I like the design, but for $60 would have been even better. Let's jump into the details. You're gonna see them on the close-ups. Many of you are familiar with this specific model. And again, they came up with probably 20 different colorways, but none of these colorways actually really speaks to my soul. I was waiting for the one colorway that will be amazing. Honestly, not that many of them out there that I really like. This gray and white with the red air units look nicer among all of them to me, and it's more fresh for the summer, so I grabbed this one and wanted to check out. So let's go over the details and the things that I really like and some of the things that are not that great over here. Now, some real good details. Obviously, the biggest thing here is the 4-pipe units in the back. You know, I'm gonna say what this reminds me of is our large, oversized Reebok ERS with the 4 tubes in the heel, but I'm sure Nike did not borrow that idea from them. Anyway, what they're saying here is the air pressure inside these tubes varies depending on where they're located. The ones towards the heel are the ones with the higher pressure, and the ones towards the forefoot are the ones with the softer pressure. So the higher pressure absorbs more of the heel strike and stuff like that. But again, if this is not a performance shoe, that doesn't matter that much. As the cool factor, yeah, absolutely looks cool. You can kind of see the through the tubes, and especially if they're different color. You know, these are red, but there's some that are completely clear. You can see from one side to the other. A little branding on the lateral side of the second to last tubes, which it says DN Air. Small swoosh on the same side, which I really like. That's one of my favorite elements about this shoe. The minimal branding, love that touch. And in the back where it says Air and DN with this kind of a rubberized encapsulated heel cap, really like that. And the way the midsole extends over the heel, also a nice detail. So the way you strike your heel, and maybe even when you drive a car, I'm sure some of you have noticed, if you don't have that kind of stuff here, permanently gonna get some dark marks on your sneakers, but that's, you know, small detail. Almost the design seems very ambidextrous. So what you see on the lateral side, it's the same thing you see on the medial side. Same wing extending from the mid-side portion with the branding, with the swoosh is kind of providing the support. Same 4 tubes are visible on both sides. Toe protector is this much thicker rubber, and toe lip with the Nike swoosh, of course. One of my favorite elements is on the tone where it says Air Max DN. Creates this magnification. The plastic that I used here creates this magnification that is magnifying the perforations underneath this patch. Really like how that looks. Excellent. And the upper, the whole entire upper is this kind of enforced mesh, engineering mesh with some kind of woven in the bottom. But on top of the mesh, there's this rubberized patches or rubberized nubs, including the swoosh right on the toe box. And I'm not sure how long these are gonna last once you start wearing them, once you start bending your foot. Are they gonna stick with the mesh for a while, or they're gonna start peeling and create some, you know, weird forms over here? So I'm not sure if this is a good decision on the design part or not, but that's what they stuck with. And so far what I've seen, almost all colorways have that, if not all of them. Again, I'm not sure, I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen some of them in store, and they all have the same exact upper here. The tone is heavily gusseted, so almost to the top is connected to the bottom, which is creating this kind of a all one half booty in the front. The lacing system is with the bungees sort of hidden, not really, but we have 5 lace points on each side, and the top one is not with a bungee, but just regular one. And of course, no runners, not over here, since these are not performance, just a regular everyday casual shoe. And production date here is in June of last year. These released towards the end of the summer, so fairly new colorway of the model. Insole is the regular DSC insole. They've been using it across many models. Honestly, I prefer this one because it's very nice to pull out, refresh, clean, wash, throw it in the washer, or wash it by hand, whatever you want to do, and put it back in. Nicely done with sculptured heel and arch support, and right on top of it says Air Max DN. When it comes to the padding around the heel and the tone, I really like what they've done here. Pretty significant, you know, not like in the 80s obviously, but significant enough to provide you all day everyday comfort. Laces are these kind of a rope-ish look laces, a little bit different than most of the standard Nike laces, because these kind of a woven type. And if we go back to the midsole, it's just Phylon, and those tubes in the back are encapsulated in a Phylon, which again is good because this is going to last for a long time. And I'm not sure how many people will actually have these for a collector's purpose or just to kick around. I've seen them on plenty feet around me, especially during the warmer months. So a little bit on the heavier side for everyday shoe. I'm not sure if you're going to be wearing these all the time or taking them a long trip and stuff like that. Maybe, you know, if you put a lot of miles walking around town. I'm not sure how the comfort is going to be. It's on the regular wear, not a longer period of time. They seem fine to me. The support on the back is plenty because the way the midsole is constructed on the heel, the lower part of the midsole and the outsole is actually extending further and creating a little bit more stability. And the midfoot section has these plastic wings, which are extended to the bottom of the foot and provides a little bit more torsional support. Speaking of the outsole, we have pretty solid rubber here. Honestly, I mean, I don't see it grinding a lot, especially for casual wear. Some of these knobs are very high, about 2 millimeters off the base of the outsole. Small swoosh in the bottom and a little nod to the tuned air, but with the DN right here on the lateral side of the outsole. So yeah, what else I can say? I mean, among 20 different colorways, pick the one you like the most, or the cheapest one, I guess, if you just want to kick around with them. I like this colorway. I picked it up, like I said, for around $100. I still think I paid too much. Honestly, for 60, 70, that would have been ideal. If I see them, or I see any of the colorways at the outlets, I'm probably going to grab another pair just because of it's a casual shoe, but at the same time, it's pretty futuristic and I like it. Seeing what's coming up from Nike, they're kind of expanding these tubes. The next quote-unquote Air Max release is going to be all around with this. There's a lot of images online of the model and people comparing it to some older models from Nike. So I think running out of ideas maybe at this point, because we are repeating a lot of the technology and the way things were done in the past. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you're new, check out some of the other videos coming very soon, and as always, guys, you have a wonderful day.